Have you ever walked into a room and you felt invisible? I'm actually going to give you 7 body language tricks that are going to make you instantly look more confident. Studies actually show that people judging the first 7 seconds. So your body language is very, very, very powerful. I want to give you 7 hacks that you can instantly do that will make you look more confident instantly. The first one I actually want to go through with you guys is the power pose. And the reason I'm saying that one is because that's the one that people find the most silly. So let's get it out of the way. So what I mean by power pose is how you're standing when maybe you're in front of other people, or how you stand in general. Like, I want you to take note of how you stand as a person and think of maybe celebrities or people that you admire in your life that you look at and you think, this person, they're very confident. They're very confident. How are they standing? How are they standing? You'll tend to find that these people kind of stand tall, regardless, they stand tall. Even some people like us, we're 5'2" here, but we know how to stand tall. So standing tall has got nothing to do with your height, it's just how you stand as a person. So why you need to stand tall is because it symbolizes that this person is confident, this person is self-assured, they know who they are as a person. And different ways that you can actually apply this. This is a practical video, to be honest. Different ways that you can apply this is when you're standing, you need to make sure that your shoulders are back. Because the minute you slump, you're signifying that maybe you're a bit insecure, or you're a bit shy, or you don't know too much about yourself. The minute you slump your body, you're actually signifying that. And like I said earlier, in the first 7 seconds, people have made a judgment on you. So body language is so important. It's so important. So make sure that when you're standing, that you stand up straight. Yeah, shoulders back, and make sure that your head is high. Don't be doing none of this. And practice this like in your room, in your house, wherever. And practice it if you've got something important coming up where you have to appear confident. Maybe you've got an interview, or you've got a presentation, or you've got a speaking engagement of some sort. You've got something important coming up where you need to show that you are confident. So standing tall is the first one. It's super important. It's super easy the more that you practice it, and practice it when you're speaking to other people. I think you would have noticed as well if you've watched my other videos as well, is that you don't see me doing this like shriveled up, shriveled up. So yeah, it's important to stand tall. That's the first one. Second one is eye contact. Eye contact is so important. It's so important because it shows that you are present, it shows that you're respectful. And if you don't give people eye contact, it can show that maybe that you're a little bit shy, or you're scared, or something like that. So eye contact is super important. There's obviously a difference between too much eye contact that can look weird and awkward and creepy, and then not enough eye contact that looks like you don't even want to be there, to be honest. So it's important to give people in between. So look for the in between between those two, and give people the correct eye contact, not this awkward every 3 seconds you look into the floor because you're scared. Give someone correct eye contact. And a tip I actually give people as well is, if it's too difficult for you to give people eye contact, look in between their eyes. So look right here when you're giving people eye contact as well. It's a good trick because sometimes people actually feel intimidated when they're receiving eye contact, which makes them want to actually look away to the side. So if that's too difficult for you, actually look in between their eyes as well. That would really help, because you have to show that person that you're respectful, and you're also confident, and you want to be in that room. It's important to give people eye contact. So that's the second body language hack that I've got for you guys. And I actually thought this video was going to be a bit longer, but the way I'm moving and grooving, we'll get through this very quickly. So the next one I've got for you guys is a relaxed face. Your face is so important when you're speaking to people because that is what they're looking at the majority of the time, to be honest. So it's really important that you actually portray a relaxed face when you're speaking to someone because it actually shows people that you're in control. You're in control of the situation. And that is an element of confidence that you're actually in control of the situation. It allows you to be more confident. So when you are speaking to people, it's so important that you have a relaxed face, especially your eyebrows and your jaw, because you know the difference between a tense face and a relaxed face. And people that are looking too tense, you don't even want to be around them too much because it's too much. Vibe is very negative, and you don't need that in your life, to be honest. And it looks like someone that's not able to control the anything, to be honest, because they're tense. They're showing it's an outward manifestation of what's going on internally. They've got an inability to control what's their emotions or something that's going on inside. So it's important for you to make sure that your face is relaxed. I've had comments all my life that people say that I'm very nonchalant, and even my facial expressions, it looks very unbothered half the time. But it doesn't. It's not me being unbothered. I'm just in control of my emotions. I'm in control of what's going on around me. Don't let the outside things that are happening affect you, and especially your facial expressions. You see how sometimes something can happen in someone's life and they'll wear it on their face. They'll wear their life on their face. You know exactly what's going on in their life by their face. They could be looking tense. They could be looking stressed, and they've not said anything, but their face is very telling. So it shows you the power you have with your face. So it's really important that you keep that in control. So make sure, especially your eyebrows and your jaw, make sure your jaw is not clenched when you're speaking to people. Just relax. If you need to breathe before you have those conversations. It's super important that you keep your face relaxed. And don't be giving people this awkward face as well because it shows confusion when you're giving people awkward, weird faces when you're interacting with them as well. It just shows that you're a confused person. And I'm sure you're not a confused person. So don't portray that. So the next one I want to talk about is the use of open gestures. So what I mean by that is your ability to actually use your body to actually animate your words a bit. So this is very important when you're speaking. You can use words to actually express the words that you're saying. Don't be moving mad and like you're doing all these gang signs and whatever when you're talking. Nah, it's not cute. But make sure that when you're speaking that you can actually use words to actually maybe animate. You see what I just did there? Animate. To animate the words that you're saying. It's really important that you, when you're using gestures, you don't appear closed off by like crossing your arms together when you're speaking and you're slouched like this. If someone is speaking to you like this already, they look they look like they're shy, they look anxious, they look scared. When you open up your body and you actually use these gestures, it actually implies that you're not really hiding anything and you're being open, you're being transparent, which can portray you as being more confident because you've got nothing to hide, right? So when you're using these gestures, make sure that you don't over animate. You don't over every single word has a different thing that you want to do. That's actually going to distract them and take them away from what you're talking about. But just make sure that when you are speaking that you can use your gestures to kind of support the words that you're saying, and it makes you look more open. So use your hands. Your hands are a good one as well. Just make sure that you're using them responsibly. So that's the next one about hand gestures. Guys, if you're liking this content anyways, I have a 21-day free confidence workbook. And within the confidence workbook, some of these things are actually explained in further detail. And it actually gives you some homework anyways for things for you to try out when you're actually building your confidence. It takes 21 days to build a habit. That's what the experts say. That's why that confidence workbook is for 21 days. And not to say that after the 21 days you drop it, you forget about it, but carry on until you've mastered it. And so I want you guys to have mastery. I don't want you guys to learn something, then drop it, and whatever you've not learned it, you've not retained it. I want you guys to develop mastery, because once you are confident, I promise you, no one can tell you anything. Okay, number five. Number five for you guys is making sure that when you sit and when you stand, you are upright. Similar to the first one, but this is important even in sitting as well. Because when you are slumped, you show, like I said before, I'm actually not going to repeat myself. I've just said it a few minutes ago, to be honest. Make sure that you're not slumped, both when you are sitting and when you are standing, because it gives off an energy of leadership. And only leaders have to be confident. Why are you in a leadership position and you're not confident? It's not making any sense. Leadership have to show a level of confidence. So make sure that when you're either standing or you're sitting, that you are showing that confidence. And a good thing to kind of think of in your head, um when I was younger, I used to do like modeling and things like that. Check on my parents if you don't believe me. I don't have time to explain myself. But imagine a string from the crown of your head to the sole of your feet. Imagine a string is pulling you, and because it's pulling you, it's making you stand tall. It's making you sit tall. So imagine that string is constantly pulling you, and that should help you. Well, I'm hoping it will help you. If it doesn't, I'm sorry. That should help you learn how to sit straight and how to stand straight as well. It's so important, guys. These things are so simple, and people don't consider them and think about them, but the effect it has once you've mastered these things is different. It's so different. And I know you know what I'm talking about, because if I tell you to think of someone who represents confidence in your mind, they do these things. They absolutely do these things. Unless your definition for confidence is something else, not the universal definition of it. So think of a string from the crown of your head to the sole of your feet, and think of it pulling you, and that's how you should be at all times. When you start slumping, like I said earlier, and your shoulders are going in as well, you're actually showing people that you're not even confident at all. And that is not what we're trying to do here. So that is number five. Number six is the confidence walk. I actually have a video on this on my Instagram as well. I will put a link for you guys to look at that, because I actually demonstrate what I mean by a confidence walk. But it is so important. How you enter a room is so important, because how you enter that room is how you're going to be received. So if you're now walking, am I supposed to be here? Am I supposed to be here? You're not supposed to be in that room. If that's how you're walking, you might as well go home, to be honest. But make sure how you enter a room, make sure you walk confidently. The things that I said in step one are still applicable here as well. So make sure that your shoulders are back, make sure that your head is high, and you walk. Imagine, I always say to people, imagine like a line, and that is where you are walking. And that is where you are walking. And imagine that line is your runway or whatever. And just walk. Walk with purpose. Walk with purpose. Don't be walking confused. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Walk with purpose when you're walking somewhere. Even if you don't know where you're going. Even if you don't know where you're going, other people won't know that. It's not for other people to know that you don't know where you're going. You yourself have to walk with purpose. And you know what I mean by that. I've got a video on my Instagram showing you, demonstrating what I mean by that, especially about the invisible imaginary line. These are all things that I learned when I used to do the modeling stuff, anyways. Imagine that imaginary line and just keep on walking with purpose when you are walking. It's so important, especially when you're entering a room, especially when people don't know you, because how you are entering that room, how the power the power you ooze when you enter that room, when you walk that way, people will respect you automatically. They're respecting you because they're like, yeah, this girl knows what she's about. She knows what she's about. And that's very important. So make sure when you're walking, you are walking with purpose. I beg you, walk with purpose, please and thank you. Last but not least, you need to control your movements. What I mean by that, everything that I've said, wrapping it up together, make sure all your movements are controlled. There's a difference between someone that's rushing, even if I go to the step previously before now using this as well. When someone's rushing and they're walking, it shows that this person's disorganized. This person doesn't know where they're going in life. They're confused, they're rushing, they're going left, right, center. They can't maintain a level of stillness. You don't know the power of stillness. You don't know the power of stillness. When you slow down your movements, you slow down your speech, you slow down your movements, you're showing people that you are in control, complete control. People that are rushing left, right, center, they look anxious. They actually look anxious, and that's not helpful, because the whole point of this whole 7 things that I'm giving you is to give you the ability to instantly look more confident. These are instant things that once you've mastered and applied, these things work automatically. They work. But I want this to be a lifestyle for you guys. I don't want this to be like, oh, I've just learned something really cool and you lock it in somewhere and you leave it there. This has to be your lifestyle. So make sure that when you are speaking, when you are walking, when you are using gestures, when you are talking, just an element of control. So it means slow down, slow down. People that talk fast look very disorganized. People that rush, they look very anxious. So if you don't want to look anxious, if you don't want to look disorganized, then peace be still. That's what Jesus said to the water. Peace be still. Learn to chill out. Learn to chill out. And once you show people that you are in control, you're more likely to be trusted. And that's a very important thing. This trust is not being gained by you proving yourself, and it's just who you are as a person. This person has the ability to control. So make sure these everything that I've said from step 1 all the way now until the 7th step. The what word am I trying to use? Now English is not English. Make sure the totality, that's the word, totality of everything that I've said. Make sure that you're able to control it. Make sure that you slow down. You slow down. I know people that speak very fast that have intentionally learned how to slow down their words, and it's good because then actually you don't even trip up over your words because you're taking time. You're taking time when you do those things. So those are my 7 body language hacks that can make you instantly look more confident. Bonus hack I've got for you guys anyways is breathe before you speak. Don't be chasing breath. God breathed air into our lungs. He breathes air into our lungs every morning. Don't be chasing what's already yours. Breathe before you speak. Take time. It actually reduces anxiety anyways, because that's the mecca. One of the techniques, coping skills for people who have anxiety is learning how to breathe, taking control of their breath. Because what happens when you're anxious, you go into fight and flight mode, and whatever mode you're in, the fight or flight, your heart races to get ready to either fly or to fight. So because your heart is racing, the way to overcome that anxiety is to reduce how fast your heart is going, and that's pumping more air into your lungs. That's breathing. So it reduces anxiety. That's just a coping skill 101. I'm sure you guys knew that anyways. But breathe before you speak, because many of you that are anxious anyways don't like speaking and don't like public speaking. So a way to reduce those nerves that you're already feeling is to breathe and then speak, because then you're clearer, you're a lot more slower, and you have a lot more control. That's all, folks. Remember, I've got my 21-day confidence workbook. It's free for you guys. Just the link is below. Make sure you do it for 21 days. Be accountable with yourself. Be accountable. This is not for me. This is not for my benefit or for my gain. But if you're struggling with confidence, that is a good kickstart for you guys to actually become more confident by the grace of God. Now I'm gonna go join my, what's his name? Chris Eubank. He said it's a beautiful summer's day. The weather is stupendous. I wanna dance. Dun dun dun. How you like me now? He said it
It
took
took
him
years
took him so
to
long to
learn
learn
how
that
to do that.
dance. Party people, until next time. Ciao.